Welcome back. The holidays are all about good food and gatherings, but staying on track with health goals can be tricky. Joining us today, we've got Pam, a global nutritionist and author, to share tips on navigating holiday eating and how tools like the Lingo glucose monitor can help. Welcome, Pam. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, certainly. So the holidays are rooted in traditions, and food, of course, is a big part of that. How can we still enjoy but keep health top of mind?
Yes, the holidays are definitely this time of year that we look forward to, sometimes for our favorite foods, our favorite dishes. And we can absolutely keep metabolic health top of mind by just making some simple tweaks, some small additions to our favorites to keep our glucose and our energy levels steadier. And the way we know what choices work for us, which habits to build, is really our own data. So when we use a tool like Abbott's Lingo Continuous Glucose Monitor, a CGM, a biosensor that sits on the back of your arm, you wear it for up to 14 days. It's available over the counter. You get this minute by minute data streamed to your smartphone so you can see how your glucose and your health is impacted by your choices. So over time, you start to think through what are the swaps, what are the foods that really work for me, and carry those habits with you across the holidays as well as into the new year.
Yeah, certainly. And speaking of the holidays and the new year, all of that can be really stressful. So what happens when our glucose spikes and how can we manage it during those stressful times?
Yeah, so we all have glucose fluctuations across the day, no matter where we're at on our health journey. And actually, stress is this kind of a surprise impact to our glucose. And it's very top of mind this time of year, since, over half of adults say that this time of year is more stressful than tax season. But by knowing how our body is responding and what foods fuel us better and what foods keep that glucose instead of the spike in this glucose roller coaster, keep it a little bit steadier, we feel better. So it impacts our mood, our energy, even our sleep, our focus. So by finding what works for us, we can make habits that just make us feel better in our own skin.
Yeah, and you've got a beautiful spread of some items there in front of you. Are there some simple swaps we can consider this holiday season?
Certainly. So we thought through our favorite recipes and how can we make them more metabolically healthy. So we took mashed potatoes and we prioritized protein. We added some Greek yogurt along with the cream and the butter. We made them ahead of time. So not only do you reduce your stress getting dinner on the table, but you create resistant starch when you make your starch ahead of time. So it's a type of carbohydrate that's just slower to absorb. And so you stay off this glucose roller coaster with your favorite mashed potatoes. Glazed carrots. So instead of a ton of sugar, could you add in a monk fruit sweetener? Could you add in some extra cinnamon for a little bit more boost to your metabolic health? Or maybe it's just starting your meal with going green, right? Adding a salad or vegetables to the front of the meal and across the meal to make a balanced plate really helps you be nourished, but also keep your glucose steadier. So just some simple additions, some simple tweaks that help make nutrition that new tradition this year.
Yeah.
I love that. They are simple swaps too.
Sure,
so
yeah.
That's great. So what about, because I love a good holiday drink and a dessert. So can we have our cake and eat it too?
Certainly. So with Lingo, that was one of the most insightful things I learned was how my body was responding to drinks, to desserts, and how I can incorporate them across the day, but at the end of a meal, right? I've already got the protein, the fat, and the fiber that's slowing down digestion, or taking a familiar favorite like some dark chocolate fudge, adding in some pecans, a little more fat to slow down digestion, add some extra nourishment, or creating your favorite cocktail or a mocktail with a dry spritzer as opposed to a real sugary syrup. All those are moving you towards better metabolic health. And then you can see in real time on your Lingo app how your body responded and then further fine tune what foods work for you.
Yeah.
Well, I love that.
I
Thank
love
you
it.
so much.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like you said, simple,
It's
healthy
simple,
swaps to
not
make.
overwhelming.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yes, I'm going to take that into consideration this holiday
Yes.
time.